Hello everyone, I am Silverraptor and welcome back to a Wargame Red Dragon video. So like I said, with the campaign, it renewed my interest in playing such multiplayer games with this, and I'm glad that there are still some people playing Wargame, even though it's quite old and it's been abandoned. It's nice to know that people are indeed playing. So I'm also playing this in a different setup on a new computer and new setup and equipment and everything. And I have no idea how this recording is going to go. Probably the audio could be even awful, and I wouldn't know until I finish recording it. Which, if it is awful, you guys wouldn't hear this part because I would have probably deleted it and tried a different setup. But anyways, I am going to be recording a game I played that I just jumped into. It's a tactical game, but it's unique because it is... oh gosh, it's been so long I can't even remember the name of the map. But anyways, it's the naval version of this, and we have alpha here. And being tactical, I modified my U.S. tactical deck, threw it together, and got ready to play. I didn't do it into regular games because I was just looking at my decks and I'm just like, oh god, what was I thinking? I think there's going to be a deck purge and another deck creation sets of videos coming up again, and me trying to play the different decks in the future. But anyways, it's going to, right now I want to get my recording setup done. I want to get everything all squared away, and then we'll see about doing more deck creation videos, but especially since the meta has shifted. But anyways, let's get into this. I was just letting the clock run down, and looks like it has started. Alright, so we're going to start this off. I'm playing my US tactical deck. Don't have very many points, don't have very much income, so I decided to go with a little bit of a trifecta. A longbow, vetted up, super cobra vetted up, and DAP vetted up. Basically cover the air, radar, AA, and be able to see everything and hit it with a Hellfire. And I'm just going to go across in the Delta, see what I see. I see an MI8 MTV, so I'm getting my DAP ready. I'm going to be trying to move my Super Cobra so it doesn't launch all of its TOW-2 missiles at what the longbow is going to be. And then I see, oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff. DAP is firing. It's going to be firing its missiles. Longbow's firing its missiles as well. Killing off those stuff. Instantly going to be moving back because I have no idea what's in this this stuff that's coming through. Longbow is still firing its fire and forget Hellfire missiles. There's another fire and forget missile. Doesn't quite hit what it is. There it goes. And BTR-88 is dead. I'm going to be moving stuff back. The Super Cobra fired both of its radar AA at something, so those stuff is dead. And as you can see, there's a whole lot of stuff coming down. And then most of my allies went left, it looks like. I don't even think they're all here. Longbow got stunned up pretty badly hurt. Bradley's trying to hold him off with its TOW-2 missiles. I think I'm going to get away, but little do I know, looks like they sent a big 21 Lazur that goes instantly for my longbow, takes it out, and is going to be not get away because the Tomcat quickly comes in and gets revenge. But I still lost my longbow, which was the only longbow I actually had because this is tactical. I have everything vetted up. And looks like some artillery is being counter-artied here, but it looks like PZDC is responding to that. I'm going to get my Super Cobra rearmed, my DAP rearmed, and as you can see, there's just a whole bunch of stuff. And how do I respond? Well, I bring in a vetted up STRB. You remember how good these things were in the campaign? Well, I'm going to try to do that now. He's firing his first Hellfire missile. Side shot I think that was a T-90S, so it just killed a T-90S right off the bat. That probably helped save us. Champs Debris coming up, maybe to take a little bit to take off the Spetsnaz crew. STRB took a few hits. I'm going to try to get it out of there. Hellfire missiles, only 37% accuracy, so it does miss the T-72. But I do want him alive. Here comes, looks like some rocket artillery from a ship. Oh, but it's going over here into this forest. And as you can see, there's a lot of stuff over here. A lot of tanks, SU-122s, 4HE. They're basically trying to recreate the T-34 spam, but with better units this time. Peace Pheasants are coming in. Looks like it took out the Tunguska. I was bringing the Super Cobra in ready for that. Peace Pheasant is going to probably be taking up that MiG-29. No, the MiG-29 disengaged on it. That was amazing. Alright, so I'm trying to be very strategic. I'm spreading out my Super Cobra. I don't think I saw that the Gusco was dead, so I was just trying to see if I could maneuver better to take him out. But then I instantly see the Big Daddy T-80 UK command vehicle, and I immediately realize what is going to happen. I even moved my STRB down here, see if its Hellfires could help out in side-shotting these SU-122s. See if we can reduce their number. And so my Super Cobra is going to move up, take out the T-80 UK. I see he's trying to take Bravo. They're going to try to neutralize and capture Bravo so that they could take it out. Super Cobra gets a side shot, instantly kills the T-80 UK, so they can no longer capture Bravo like they want. And I believe that was him. He left the game after I took out his super heavy tank. They're even sending more stuff across. My Super Cobra is getting its TOW-2 onto its T-72 over here. Looks like we countered their spam with spam of our own, the M48, which is actually not too bad if you're countering cheap stuff, as we saw again in that campaign. Super Cobra is going to be trying to set off its TOW-2s, take out these Vidras, which can be very deadly. We do have some militia to try to hold them off from LHVs. And the Super Cobra is used most of its TOW-2s, and as you can see, it's basically been the hero unit helping keeping off the enemy forces. STRB also a hero unit, being able to use all of its Hellfires to take out that T-90S. So I took out quite a number of super heavies, which is probably why this push failed, because all they had left was the SU-122s, and we could just basically counter spam with our cheap stuff and take out those SU-122s, who have low fire rate and not the best armor killing potential. They were they mainly are anti-infantry vehicle support. And in the meanwhile, over here we have the enemy pushing across. We weren't able to keep them from getting across the river, but I don't have anything over here. I'm not paying attention to this in the slightest. I bring over an LCU. I need my FOB to resupply my STRB, and because it took quite a few hits, I am going to try to repair this. I also used the LCU to help reload these M11s A2, these British 10HE howitzers. They're 203 millimeter rounds. Oh boy, I actually realized just how significant the size of their shells are. So more rockets are coming. I think it's from a Schmel that's doing that. My Super Cobra is rearming on TOW-2s and DAPs. Being a team game, I'm so glad that they were I had allies who were helping lend supplies to keep us going. And looks like they actually pushing back some Spetsnaz. Oh, there is a BTR-90 that's coming up, but if the SAS can get that BTR-90 can take it out. Are the Spetsnaz trying to get into the BTR-90? I think they just loaded up into BTR-90. So if the SAS are able to get their AT-4 weapon on, and they push the foot, and the BTR-90 gets away. Oh, that sucks. Oh well. So anyways, we've got some Dragoners who have been forced out of the forest due to fire, and now they're being pelted at by a couple of T-72s. A Leopard 1A3 is here. Some very cheap tank fire support to try to keep off the enemy as best they can. And like I said, I'm repairing the STRB. An ally is taking the chance to repair up their Champs-Souris off the LCUs. Normally I don't like repairing ships because the supply to repair ships just takes a lot. But I do need to repair up my STRB-90, and I decide I'm just going to bring in another one with all the points that I had available. So, yeah. So we've got some mortars that are just going to go in. They're going to stop those tanks over here. And like I said, it looks like we've kind of got stalemated here on the enemy front. So as we are getting ready to get everything in, I even bring in a back coup. And the reason why is I wanted to have a bit of a AA net against planes. Those missiles do fire against missiles, but they're not very good, I found. They basically lock on and fire at the last second, and they only have a 50% accuracy on that. But I would say that the Baku would be useful in trying to take out any enemy planes that fly over, which is why I was bringing it in, to give a little bit of helicopter cover for my STRBs. So I am basically taking the sea route, but they're the Jiangsu 3 that's going after the Donghae. And this is when I learned that the Donghae absolutely has no close-in weapon systems. Those guns, those Bofus guns, cannot target any missiles that are coming for it. Fortunately, that missile did miss the Donghae, so it did live to see another day. Looks like some Zhangxu are trying to push off. We've got the light rifleman 90. We're taking a Super Dragon pot shot at the BTR 90, but lose sight of it. So yeah, it looks like we're just trying to hold them back at here at the moment, because like I said, I am all focused here on this attention. I see the Zhanggu's 3. It neutralized our sector. They have artillery pieces. I have no idea where they're targeting, but my Super Cobra has seed missiles, and the Zhanggu's 3 does have radar. So the Super Cobra will see that radar. The Zhanggu's 3 is trying to come up to be able to shoot at him, but I am too smart for him. I stop. I fire. I wait for him to come into range. Fire the sidearm. It hits. I back up immediately where the second one fires. It misses, unfortunately, but can't win them all. This has 2,800 meter range. My Super Cobra, the TOW 2, the 2625, but the Seed does outrange it. We have a bunch of Seed starfighters, I believe. No, they're anti-ship starfighters. I don't think I've ever seen these ever brought in. MiG-29 comes in, is going after the Kahu. And gets the Kahu, unfortunately. We've got a Super Puma, but the Champ 3 are going to try to open up with their close-in weapon systems. And does save the Donghae in time. And the Donghae and the Champ 3 have nearly drained my LCU's fuel supply, so I need to keep an eye on that, make sure it doesn't hurt us in the long run. Saki left. I think that is, yeah, it was one of our players. So, anyways, I'm going to take advantage of this island. The Zhanggu 3 is here. I feel like I've got to do something. I'm moving the DAP around just to see if I can still find the Pumas, but they flew off too quickly. So I'm going to be moving the LCU. I turned off the spare parts after I saw that they had absorbed all of that. I have no idea what the Champ 3 is trying to do. I don't think he pushes very hard. Anyways, I'm moving the STRB up. I don't need any recon because it has exceptional optics. It should be able to see anything and be able to kill it. But anyways, over here on the left, again, more of the same. It's been basically kind of like static warfare for most of the game, if I recall. I was hardly ever paying attention to this side of the game, as, like I said, I only have units over here, and I have either all my, this is my entire army. This is all I've ever got. So, Super Cobra, going to move up again. The Zhanggu 3 has 4 pips taken out. That wasn't from my Super Cobra immediately, but this one is rearmed with those Seed sidearm missiles. So again, the Zhanggu 3 is trying to run this time. STRB found some tanks and stuff, is firing its Hellfires to take them out. After I take them out, I think I'm going to back that up immediately. Zhanggu 3 has acquired a ship, the Champ 3, and is firing only 1 missile. The Champ 3 does have a good chance of stopping this, because this ship is basically all close-in weapon system. Super Cobra fired once, fired twice, both Seed missed, unfortunately. And the Champ 3 did stop that missile in time, so now I need to go send my Super Cobra back to, again, rearm. More, looks like Schmel rockets are landing amongst here. That's a little bit unfortunate, but I mean, what are we going to do? They are bringing a Muna, and I'm a little worried about the Muna repairing the Zhanggu 3, so I am mindful of that. Donghae, he moved up and is attacking the position of where they saw stuff, so I think I may have actually killed that with the STRB. F-15D Eagles coming in, as well as the Peace Pheasant 1 with a MiG-29, chewing up the Deagle. Now is going after the Tomcat. The Tomcat loses that MiG-29, but I cleaned it up with the F-15C. I finally brought that in because I saw that they were starting to bring in some planes. This is, of course, elite, so he's the cream of the crop. But he's the only one I got. My STRB is again moving up, but he did take quite a bit of damage. And it looks like the Zhanggu 3 had acquired him, or something hit him really hard. So I'm just immediately going to be moving that back. Starfighter gets shot down by the Zhanggu 3. It was trying to make a gun run. Champ 3 does stop that, as well as help with the Baku. Pumas are going after the Champ 3, and all the missiles are either intercepted or miss. as I'm bringing back the STRBs. I want to keep my ships alive as best I can because, like I said, that was the only thing I got. Light Rifleman 90s are being really annoying to the enemy, and ooh, that ZTQ took a hit. It's shaken and on 2 health, so that's not going to be around for very long. And as you can see, they're even dropping rocket artillery on these ships, and I'm just like, no, leave my ships alone. They're only on 1 hip health. Please stop trying to kill them. I'm trying to repair them. They're mean. Amazing how the enemy doesn't want you to have nice things that kill them with. So, again, I keep coming back here because it seems to be the more interesting of the stuff. Looks like we've got some mortars that are just going to be going across. Nope, none of my allies except for me are really paying attention to this Jangu 3. However, the Hell class is sending a Chamthuri into the back line. Looks like he's trying to hunt down the Schmel and other stuff, and the Jangu 3 has not paid attention or has not noticed. And there's another Chamthuri coming up. Again, my Super Cobra is going to be coming out to try to take a pot shot at the Jangu 3. Chamthuri is getting close to the Schmel. Schmel is basically a rocket ship, 50 points, and it has a few armaments and stuff like that. But against the Chamthuri, it stands no chance. So it looks like they're going to be trying to fight ship to ship, and the spotter crew is stunned, so they can't even tell the gunner where the Chamthuri is. The Chamthuri got so close, it's even opening its close-in weapon system guns on the Schmel. Stunned it, hitting it with that focus gun. It's just completely trying to rip apart that Schmel. And this has caused the enemy to bring in, looks like, some landcraft. Try to stop it, but looks like the Chamthuri was destroyed, but it also got the Schmel. So no idea how that worked. Maybe some Pumas went and got it. Super Cobras once again fired some radar AA, hit the Jangu 3, and that Jangu 3 is hurting, I'm going to say the least. There's an LCU, gets hit by one of the Jangu 3, but barely survives the missile hit. So this LCU is out. I'm going to be sending it back, and there's even cluster on my STRBs. I'm like, no, don't kill them, don't kill them. Oh, and I lost an STRB. But the other one is now hitting full speed. He's going to probably get away. I'm trying to get them all the way down to this corner so that they can no longer see, because something's spotting my ships and is constantly cluster artillery there as well. It looks like Frozen Apple is going to be acquiring with his heavy artillery piece. I'm going to counter artillery that, though it is taking a while to aim on such. Again, there are more artillery pieces. It's just kind of turned into an artillery launch game, but was tactical, especially when you have such a natural obstacle to prevent advancement so easily. It kind of has to turn into an artillery game if you're going to make any headway. Bengan is sending a STRB. I have no idea what he's trying to do. Maybe get in the range of his Hellfire, but really he should pull back his STRB before it gets killed by the Jangu 3. But it's a little too late now. He is too close. He's committed. Hellfire is out. Oh, no idea what it was going for. If it was going for Uno or the Jangu 3. But he is not going to be long for this world. Artillery's landing. And, oh, that poor Chamthuri is dead. That's too many Pumas. Too many Puma missiles. So again, I'm going to dance the Super Cobra dance. Try to get outside of the Jangu 3's range. Fire my 2 sidearm missiles. The Jangu 3 is even being artilleried. But an SC-27K comes in. Looks like he's going for that Chamthuri, but it's just 1 missile and 1 SC-27K. So not worried about that at all. More rocket artillery where the ships were, as all their ships are evacuating. Super Cobra fires both of its seed missiles and gets the Jangu 3 down 1 more pip of health. The ship has a lot of health. The seed missiles only do 16 AP, so Super Cobra has his work cut out for him. He needs to keep going back a lot and rearming. Jangu 3 fires a missile, but the Chamthuri and the Baku should be able to stop it. I'm moving up my ships, thinking that it's safer here now. I think that they're done doing the rocket arty. At least I hope so. And looks like it's still a little bit of a stalemate. Peace Pheasant 1 coming out. Going to be doing another bunch of 225 kilogram bombs. I do love these planes because the sheer amount of like volume of bombs that spread out. But he does get shot down by a huge number of AA, probably into that forest there. So the enemy's not quite out of the woods yet there. I bring up another Super Cobra, and this one just is finishing rearming, and I'm going to be sending him up again, go after the Jangu 3. I've seen that the Jangu 3 is getting ready to is getting lower and lower, and I just want to expedite the process by sending my Super Cobras out to kill it. The Super Cobras are moving up, and I'm going to be moving up my DAP in case they have any other helicopters or Pumas in the area, but I don't want to get too close, so I also tell it to hang back a little bit as the Super Cobras get just into range of the Jangu 3. And it's slowly getting there, and Super Cobra is getting to that extended mark. Sidearm out. It misses. Second one out. And then suddenly an Mi-24V comes up. Now, unfortunately, I knew that my momentum wouldn't let the Super Cobra go out, so I tried to get it engaged with the Vulcan, but the Mi-24V does take it out. My DAP is trying to come in to try to save the day, but the Mi-24V's Iglas outrange it entirely. And I get one stinger off, which misses, and I just lost my whole army. Well, that's not true. I do have a Baku and STRB-90, but all of my helicopters were taken out. Su-27K is coming out, but I see this now that I don't have anything else to micro. It fires, looks like at my LCU, which is out of ammo. And it's taken out, and my F-15 is trying to engage the SU, but it got out. But I see the MiG-31, so, well, my missiles are a lot more accurate than yours, MiG-31. It's stunned, radar malfunction, but one of its missiles did hit me, but I did shoot it down. It did its job. A B-5 is coming in, and my F-15C Eagle is out of commission. So, gotta buckle up on that. But looks like an Atacam's missile is coming in and does take out that Jangu 3. Thank goodness. So, I lost all of my Super Cobras, and since they're vetted up, I only had 2. But, because I've lost both Super Cobras, I've lost my portable anti-tank, anti-radar helicopters now. So, naval threat neutered, so that's good. Pumas are coming in with their missiles, but they're splitting their missiles, and we've got Champs-Souris. This one's probably going to die. Yep. And these ones are taken back, but the Puma menace is still alive. Hellclass is moving up. He's moving up his DAP as well. Try to take out the enemy. And the Champs-Souris are going to be engaging a Z5. It's just cheap little helicopter thing. And looks like the DAP is also being hit by enemy AA. DAP takes out the enemy helicopter, and they bring in another Jangu 3. And I just put like, oh look, another one. After all that effort of trying to kill the Jangu 3 that cost both my Super Cobras and DAP, they just bring in another one. Oh my gosh. Darn it. So, I was bummed out there. I had to move my ships back here again because they were artillery, and I said, you know what, I have no idea how you're seeing me, so I'm just going to quickly repair up these ships, and then I'm going to send them in and try to see what the hell is spotting all of my units. So let's say we fast forward a little bit, as I'm just trying to pay attention. B5 does get shot down, that is good. And the Jangu 3 is going after the Champs-Souris, which is actually trying to, looks like, I thought he was going to go and try to kill the Muna, but he keeps driving it to the point that he actually captures the Muna. And I'm like, oh, now they don't have it. The Jangu 3 can no longer reload from that. The Pumas fire their missiles and do take out the Champs-Souris, and I think one of the missiles accidentally hit the Muna as well. But now the Muna is ours, and this is all coastal, so the Jangu 3 can't even come and recapture it. So unless something naval comes out to the Muna, it's ours. They're sending some high explosive against our Leopard C2s here, so those need to get out. And looks like we are counterattacking. There's some Mistas here. Wow, 3 Mistas in a low points game. That's ambitious of them, that's for sure. Euros are being taken out as well in the Ka-52 over here. But General Motor carrier. Oh gosh. Oh, that's funny. I was trying to instruct the guy, hey, bring that Muna over to us. You can help resupply our stuff. And if they decide they want to kill it, which looks like they are ultimately going to try to do, then they won't have it. This is literally 150 points of theirs that they're not going to be able to get again. And they do indeed blow it up. They probably got the 150 points added to their score, but it does not matter because, again, that's points that they don't have. Now, I'm bringing a Prowler because you thought I was done with Seed. Nope, I've got an Elite Prowler ready to come in, and it does indeed outrange the Jangus 3, but here's the thing. The Prowler fires its missiles so separately, so slowly. I have to let it stand back a little bit, do its circles to fire its missiles. I can't go straight at the Jangus 3 because it'll fire its missile once, then fire its missile again, and then it's in range of the Jangus 3. So the Prowler fires. It fires another one. It's Winchester's, but again, it got a little too close and got hit. But it did survive thanks to its ECM. So, but it did allow me to visualize again how far those Seed missiles work. And as you can see, those missiles did quite a bit of damage to that Jangus 3 as well. I don't know if that's the full amount, but that's what it is so far. Again, we've got more artillery coming in. B5 is also onto the left. I'm telling everyone, let's take care of the sea. Here comes the Jangus 3. Su-27K is going to be coming after our ships again, but this time my F-15C Eagle is ready. And missiles are going out, firing all of its aims, all of its AMRAAMs, and it gets away. And I am ticked. And the enemy revealed their hand that they've got 2 Yak-141s in the waiting, so I need to be cautious about my F-15 in the future. But with the Jangus 3 moving up, I am literally like, let's get the hell out of Dodge. Island between us and the Jangus 3, please. Let's get that, including the LCU, needs to get over there to try to survive the Jangus 3 from killing us. So, this has been my life of just trying to keep what units I have left alive, and what little points I'm getting thrown into units to help me do the surviving. So I'm moving my STRB up to see if I can see anything. I see a Nona, which is just chilling here in the water. That's cool. You can do that. I was afraid of sending the STRB up too much, but I saw he's still sending his Jangus 3 down. So I'm like, okay, well then I will move up my STRB 90 then and see if I can find anything to kill. Champ 3 is getting pounded on pretty bad by the Jangus 3, and there's an M15 that's pretty close. They're going to send a Dong Hae, but unfortunately that Dong Hae is no match for a Jangus 3. My STRB 90 is seeing the Nona. It's going after the Nona and kills the Nona. Alright, that's good. Other one's going around, fire the missile at the target, takes out a tank, no problem. Firing another Hellfire at whatever that was. Misses that because it lost line of sight. It's being under attack by a tank. One Hellfire hit, took it out. Another Hellfire fires, misses. Final Hellfire is firing. Taken out just in time for an Su-27M to come out and take it out with its missiles. So he got away. He was able to kill my STRV, but he did kill quite a bit of stuff. These things are not to be underestimated. They're their own recon. They've got their Hellfire missiles, and they're also anti-infantry stuff if they can get close. Looks like we have sunk the Jangus 3 with Dong Haes and Champ 3s and Lafayette, and I am bringing in my Thunderbolt because I want to kill that Muna. And I figured with all their planes, they've evac'd out. I don't have to worry about the Su-27K. It's reloading after it's fired all of its anti-tank missiles. The Yak-141s, I'm betting, are refueling at the moment. There's the Ka-52 here. That's all right. It definitely saw that. Thunderbolt's coming in. Fires Mavericks. Fires more Mavericks. Fires Avenger. And takes out the Muna. And it Winchester. After firing all that. My F-15 strafed the Ka-52, took damage, and the Su-27K finally came in. I'm like, oh crap. But all of its missiles do miss. F-15C is pretty good. And The SC-27K did hit the Donghae because it does have no close-in weapon system. But it looks like we have 2 Lafayettes that are coming in. And I lost all of my ships here. You can see this one's not even going to sink. We'll be able to raise it as a museum of the great battle that took place this day. And the LCU is just busy repairing all these Champs-Théries. And the Donghae was just taken out by I don't know what, but it did only have 1 HP. So, yeah. I then saw that the guy was trying to repair all of his Champs-Théries on the LCU, and I said, oh no, too expensive. I'm going to help out these Lafayettes, because these Lafayettes, their close-in weapon system is only the Crotel. After they have that, they have no gun to try to stop any enemy missiles coming in, so I want to keep this thing alive. I want to keep it resupplied. My LCU, which is on fire, with high explosive munitions on board, is going to go right next to this Lafayette and try to repair them. In the meanwhile, things have been going better on the left side. It looks like we finally pushed the enemy out. We have all of these cheap stuff out of fuel, but looks like they're doing their job and getting to the enemy's end line and trying to get the enemy out. MiG-25BM is flying in. Does not find any seed to take out, so it has to evac, and the Tomcat fires a couple of interceptor missiles, which one does hit, so that MiG-25 is out for a while. And meanwhile, my next big purchase is going to be a Patriot, because there are just way too many planes that the enemy has, and I want to end that. And again, since it's a tactical game, this is my only Patriot, but it's upvetted. And it passes at high fives a Patriot going on the way back. So, just to replace one Patriot with another. My Prowler comes in. It fired its seed missile, probably killed like a Shilka or something. And he got out. So I'm just basically helping to probe and support the enemy lines. We've got another SU-27Ks coming in. The Lafayette intercepts 1 missile. Takes a side shot from the Pumas. And with its main cannon, fires and shoots that 1 missile left. My LCU, I'm trying to get into range to help resupply because that fired quite a bit of its Crotels. And again, I just want to keep these ships alive as best I can. Bengan's bringing out a Champs-Théries to help defend against its Lafayettes. And we've got some BTR-70 Zalos coming forward. These do have quite high rate of fire, and it doesn't look like there's anything that the enemy has that can hit it, and it's just going to be taking all of these out of gas LKVs, which I think were just being used as bullet sponges and fire support. So, anyways, yeah, like I said, I'm going to keep the Lafayette missiles loaded. I was telling them that, and I'm getting my LCU into range to resupply both of those at the same time. So, that's going to be my job. I'm just, being a helpful little guy. I am, just supporting the allies, because I don't have an army, but I can make sure that their army keeps fighting in our place. Champs-Théries looks like he doesn't want any more of that Mi-2s hanging around. And again, it's just things are kind of dying off. I mainly have aircraft at the moment, nothing on the ground. I think I've got a Thunderbolt, an F-15C, and a Prowler. Each own design different roles. We've got another couple of SU-27Ks firing their Mosquet missiles against the Champs-Théries. Champs-Théries, even rookie status, is able to intercept both missiles. Tomcats that are going out, but it's going head-on against an SU-27M and a couple of Yak 4M41s, and it's just been tap, 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 tap taken out as I was bringing in a Cobra to help, well, scout out around that area. So, again, they've got quite a bit of formidable air force, so this Patriot definitely going to be a worthwhile investment if we can only just lure them over here. Again, we're communicating with flares, and it looks like we are finally making our push across. Looks like we're going to start by sending a bunch of Humvees in, which looks like it killed all the infantry in this town, which is good. And the Navy SEALs are also trying to move up with Delta Force, and they're going to try to cut across to begin our assault across the river. If we can get our foot across this area, we'll be able to definitely start pushing the enemy and pressuring them across the river. Gosh, that was so profound of me. Nice work, brain. Ha. My Attackums missed the T-80B just barely. The Skyhawk comes in to help out. Skyhawk's, guess, well, 60-point plane rocket pods is actually a pretty good investment in tactical. Cobra's going to be trying to go after this T-80B. It's jammed, panicked. It just needs to be taken out. Again, those Super Pumas trying to hold our enemy force back, but we have the row of Champs-Souris. The Lafayettes are fully armed, which is the LCU's entire purpose. Make sure that they can keep defending themselves. Cobra is going to try to frag grenade the T-80B, but it's going to probably still live. And I'm just like, seeing that T-80B, I bring in the Thunderbolt because I'm like, your living days needs to end now. So Thunderbolt's coming in. I'm debating about whether turning off the Maverick missile or not. I could just can opener, but I do see that I lost sight of it. Hornet comes in. Thunderbolt fires its Maverick missile. I had to tell it to attack that BMP. It kills it, but I see that the enemy force is coming, so I actually turn it. Now, here's a little tip, even against other aircraft. If you're going at aircraft, your first instinct, evac. Well, if an evac is just going to go, ooh, take a long time to curve up, and these are just going to follow it and chase it. I had my Thunderbolt turn. Now, this is unique to the Thunderbolt, is because it has 2 front armor. It's already taken a couple of missile hits, but it only took out 2 pips of its health, and that's because the front armor is mitigating the high explosive. The other reason is that as it's going towards the enemy forces, it's going past the enemy. And now he's taken a few more hits, and he's still alive because of that front armor. But when you have the 2 planes going towards each other, that closes the distance quicker. That gives them less of a chance to fire their anti-air missiles. And when you pass the plane and you hit the evac, they're going to try to turn to go after your plane. Your plane's going to try to turn, and sometimes it'll actually turn the opposite way and then spiral and get out. So they get less of a chance to shoot you if you head on the plane and try to get past them and then evac. Of course, if they bring in other planes, the point's moot, but it's still a better chance of survival than just hitting the immediate evac. So the Thunderbolt does give I do give the evac order. My F-15 is coming out. It's coming to play, fire at the Yak-141s, and the Yak-141s do get out, and unfortunately, no actual kill is achieved. The Su-25T does get shot down by my Patriot, so that's a 200-point plane that is taken out, and my Thunderbolt got out, my F-15 got out. The enemy planes, most got out. I don't know if the MiG-31 even went down, but that was an engagement. Again, that Thunderbolt armor is the only reason why it was still alive, so it was definitely a unique situation. It may be slow, but it can tank a hit if it's trying to go head-on to the enemy. Also, another reason why I was having the Thunderbolt head-on the enemy is that Gatling gun, when used against planes, I've seen it stun planes once it got into range. And that gave it even more of a chance of getting out. Unfortunately, it got stunned by the missiles, which, you know, understandable. But, yeah. If you're trying to get a plane out, and it has any kind of AA armament, try to head on the enemy plane. And if you pass it, then evac it, and you have more of a chance of getting your plane out alive than if you just try to evac and have the enemy plane chase it down and firing its missiles and nipping it in the butt. Okay. I see the Mi-24V, and I know, no, I'm not getting in your Igla range. I'm getting out of dodge. Dap, get out of here. Get back. Scout Defender gets shut down by a bunch of those infantry, but looks like Hellclass moved up some V-150s. Again, this is all sorts of infantry units I don't normally see coming into play against the enemy forces. We're actually at destruction of 1,025. People are doing pretty good. 840, 1,085, 1,095, and then there's me at 1,735. So I'm obviously doing something right, even though I lost my entire helicopter force in the beginning. I'm shooting down all the big, expensive planes and stuff like that. So I'm definitely a huge asset to our team. Again, Champs-Souris is coming up. Looks like another Su-27M is going to be going after the Champs-Souris with the ATGM missiles. So the Champs-Souris is not going to be able to stop that. It took a couple of hits, but it did evac out. Puma is firing, but the close-in weapon system does stop it. So, yeah. I had my F-15 ready to try to take out the plane that was trying to come in, and, well, it got out in time, so, again, evac'd it. I'm bringing up a Hempt. This is to reload my Patriot, and, oh, I didn't even notice that it probably got artilleried. I've been moving it around a bit, or that, or it drove through fire, because these things are unarmored. I want to rearm my Patriot, make sure I can shoot down any more planes that come up. DAP shoots down that helicopter that was probably doing some scouting, so I'm going to be moving back the DAP. Again, the Mi-24V looks like it was thinking about going after my DAP, but at the last second changes its mind. Bring up a Baku. I was hoping to bait the Mi-24V into Baku, but spoiler, he doesn't take the bait. So, and when I say bait into it, well, this thing does have 3,500 meter range against helicopters. So it's basically an anti-helicopter plane. I mean, one could say that the Lafayette does the same thing, but with better missiles. But again, it's its only defense, and it's 200 points, whereas the Baku is 75 points, and it has a little bit better range against aircraft. So it does have 7 HE, so if it does score a critical hit, it will one-shot aircraft. So again, it's not as horrible as you might think. Looks like there's going to be a peace pheasant rain that's coming down against this town. Any infantry who are inside probably wish they picked another town to squad in. And even some napalm was dropped with the Phantom 2. So, yep. Skyhawk is also, I guess, so they've been pushing and pushing and slowly pushing the enemy back. I think it's because we also had their attention so far over here on the right side for most of this game. And I'm bringing up my last LCU, because this one is almost out of supply. And again, I'm trying to keep everything repaired. The Shiloh is here, it's being found. It looks like they're not even going to be stopping to shoot at it. They're just going to M60 it down. And my Baku shot down a plane. What kind of plane was that before it sinks? Looks like the MiG-25 seaplane. So my Baku got it. So, yeah, 2 missiles, 2 hits against a seed plane. That's pretty good. Champ-3 took all the Puma's missiles. That actually worsened on our end, because that was a lot of supply that they just basically threw into the ocean. Literally. As it sinks to the bottom. So, 150, they're engaging the Razvedka. Again, they are M16 it down. And it looks like the Razvedka is out of RPG 7 rockets, and last man was taken out. SU-27M is over here. I think my Patriot is on, waiting to be able to take it out. Now that I know that the seaplane is gone, I have a little less fear. MiG-15 is coming in, takes out one of the Yaks. Fires by evac. I do not want to go over any potential AA nets they have. So my F-15 is out. The Electric Voodoo is coming forward. That is kind of risky against the Yak-141, but fortunately the Yak-141 doesn't have very much stamina in terms of missiles. It only has 2 infrared and 2 radar AA, and he was just killed by what the heck fired at that long range. Was there another Patriot or a Tomcat? Anyways, the Yak-141 is dead, so that's one less thing to worry about. I see that the Voodoo keeps seeing the radar AA here, so I'm saying, you know what, I'm going to send my Prowler, see if I can find it. And lo and behold, it finds a Tor, which fired at the Voodoo. Send the Prowler again, forward more. Winchester's fired at the Buck, but misses, but the Buck is moving, so he doesn't even acquire the Prowler. Finally acquire the Prowler, fire, but the Prowler is out, and the missile has nowhere to go. Except up. My Hempt is out, so what do you do with an out Hempt and you don't want to take any more supply from your gracious allies? You just kind of hide it into a corner and hope nobody finds it. Thunderbolt took out Tomahawk 5. Strela fires at it but misses. I see a MiG-21 Lazur. Well, he's going to take it out. Thunderbolt does turn on the dime. Quickly gets in front. Fires. His missiles shot it down, I think. or something else did. And then radar malfunctioning, got on the other side. I tried to evac, but then an AA takes it out, unfortunately. But again, F-15C takes out the other Lazur. So at the cost of the Thunderbolt, we took out more of their anti-air MiGs. That also protects our helicopters a bit. If it wasn't for this AA, my Thunderbolt would have gotten out. But unfortunately, that Warthog got skewered. My STR-B90 is now moving up. I brought in another. It is engaged in an ATGM missile with a T-70B. Severe versus Hellfire missile. How is this going to go? Missiles are firing. As if there was any doubt that the STRB would come supreme. The Hellfire missiles are no joke. 70 points beats 90 points, and the Severe missiles, not very accurate. Su-25T is coming out. My F-15 is definitely rearming after shooting down that Yak-141, so Patriot missile is out. It's stunned. It is dead because of all the sheer amount of AA, short arrows, and everything. Patriot immediately turned off again because I still remember my micro. Also, that TACOM squad that I completely missed at the start of the game over here because I've been focusing on the right, I finally moved up and hit it in the town in a less obvious place, and to make sure we keep hotel secured. Su-27K gets shot down by the F-15, which again comes in. This guy's been a hero unit again, so I've had a number of hero units come in. And I am leading in terms of points at 2,665. The next person down is 10 points. So not bad for just getting back into this game and tactical, trying to be mindful of all of my units and where they are. I like how these Skyhawks see these MiG-29s and give no Fs about it. And they're even flying over Afghanskis. They're like, yeah, whatever. We're just going to fly in, drop our payload, and get out. That's actually funny. Looks like we've got a Walker Bulldog and some Leopards, and we're pushing against the enemy forces. We're getting very close to ending in terms of points, and they bring in an Udaloy. Panic! Panic! My ships are immediately moving out. The Champs-Élysées are moving up to defend the Lafayette. So the Champs-Élysées and Lafayette are actually kind of decent, and Champs-Élysées in these kind of situations are actually a lot better because there's less missiles to have to overwhelm their close-in weapon system. Again, my Prowler is coming in. I got to be mindful of their airplane range. I think it's actually... no, it's a little bit more than the Jangu 3s, but as you can see, my Prowler is rotating around. One seed missile out, but not close enough to get into Udaloy range. That seed missile unfortunately missed. I'm bringing up a monitor Zippo as I was moving my STRB to try to take out the forest here. F-15C in case they bring out planes. Prowler fires its missile. Winchesters hit the Jangu 3, took out 2 pips of its health at the start. We're in the full retreat because these ships are big and scary. We don't want to mess with them. And yeah, we gotta just retreat back from this sizable force. A lot of enemy tanks up. They are very close to losing. Peace Feather 2 comes in. That's definitely very heavily anti-tank plane to deal with that we have. I moved my Patriot up. Do I turn it on? Not yet. Su-27M. Oh, if he dies, we win this. Patriot hit it, and the F-16 finished it off for the minor victory because I did kill quite a bit of our stuff. Let's look. I lost 920 stuff and got 2,690 points. So, despite that Mi-24V wiping out my entire helicopter force and basically most of my points in army, never give up, never surrender, and you might be able to pull out a clutch victory like this. Let's see what we all killed. So, Longbow killed a BMP-1K. They had a BMP-1K too far in the front that took it out. I think this was the original CV that was going to try to capture our zone in the beginning on the right. The DAP killed Mi-8TV and Rezvedka. But this Super Cobra, definitely hero unit. Biryusa, But that killed the T-80 UK. This was, I think, their second attempt to try to capture our zone on the right so that they could bring in reinforcements behind their line. side-shotting it, that one shot, taking it out, definitely saved our game. And also those constant seed missiles against that Jangu 3, just to push it out. Then, of course, the STRB-90 killed the T-72BU. That's what he killed when he side-shotted that was trying to come and reinforce. And then coming back and killing up the SU-122s as they were pushing across. You get to see the story here. STRB-90 taking out the Nona, taking out a Tor, taking out the T-72A. Before that, it died to the SU-27K. F-15C Eagle. Oh boy. AA aircraft taken out. AA aircraft taken out. AA aircraft taken out. AA aircraft taken out. AA, and I think that's the anti-ship taken out. So, yeah, F-15C Eagle Elite is no joke, even by himself. Thunderbolt taking out the Muna and the BMP, Chomaho, and even the Lazur. Like I said, remember that gun? Even though it's an anti-tank gun, it fires like 6,000 something rounds per minute. It only has like 1,000 something rounds. It empties its belt in like 6 seconds. Imagine that much lead being put into the cockpit of a Lazur. So yeah, the Thunderbolt killed the Lazur, even though he got shot down by the Lazur later by the F-15C. Prowler took out some Shokas and Tor, and then the Patriot actually killed the Su-25T. That made up for buying the Patriot. DAP, I just had because, and the Baku killed the MiG-25BM. Again, I have written off this ship, but in tactical, it seems to work. And then, of course, another STRB-90 winning against a T-70B, and then introducing the VDV to its Brownings and grenades. So, yeah, normally I don't go through the entire list, but since there's so few units, I easily could. So yeah, this was just a game back. 45 minutes, multiplayer game, commentary. See how you guys enjoyed it. And if you do enjoy it, please hit that subscribe button. Put a comment down below. Leave a like and ding the bell. And as I work on getting back to more Wargame Red Dragon mainstay content, I will be also uploading some other stuff. Old footage that I had never gotten around to rendering and editing and putting up. I'm just going to be throwing up onto the channel just so I have it out there. I mean, I have it. I wanted to use it. Might as well get around to it. So anyways, I'll catch you all in the next video. Thank you for watching.